as we welcome you back, Jazz Chisholm, Xavier Scruggs, DOD, Steven Nelson here on MLB Tonight. And Jazz, I want you to give us the all-star perspective on Nestor Cortes, because the velo, it's different, but his timing also throws hitters off. How do you navigate that as someone standing in the box against someone like Nestor?
I mean, I feel like if you think of Nestor Cortes, think of a guy that if you were to face someone to go out there and he started off the game left-handed and you didn't know he could throw right-handed too. Like, think of Nestor Cortes as that guy. You go out there and you're in the box and then you're just like, wait, what's going on?
What's happening?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's going up here, he's going down there, he's on the side, like, he's jumping over there, he's going to stay over here and throw some. He's everywhere. What do you, like, I don't want to hit again.
For that?
Bunt.
I'm going to use my speed.
I'm going to use my speed, man. Just, like, make contact. Like, just, it's a battle, you know what I mean? Because he has a lot of pitches as well. He throws a slider, he has a curveball, fastball, changeup, everything. So you're playing against what he's doing out there, and you're playing against his pitches as well, and they're pretty good as well. So
X, you look at someone like Nestor Cortes or Johnny Cueto or Marcus Stroman, guys who they build this in. They're so athletic that they can mess with their delivery and switch it up to keep you guys off balance.
And that's the name of the game for them, right, is to try to make us look stupid and try to make us have really silly swings and not recognize the ball. And I think that's where I wanted to get Jazz's perspective, too, because off of guys that change kind of the speed of their delivery, I felt like I would just try to make sure that I was on time with when they delivered the baseball, instead of thinking so much about getting ready at the right time. I just wanted to be on time when he's delivering the baseball. Do you feel like I guess when guys kind of are able to do that, change up your load at all, change up your step, your front foot, whatever it may be?
I feel like I'll go to a no load, like a no step, just stride, no stride, hands,
right,
all hands, or just like, I think we were facing Stroman this year, and I heard my coach say, put someone on base. He can't do that.
Right.
You feel me? You put someone on base, he can't go up, down, side. He has to stay with the same delivery every time. So I feel like the way for them to get Nestor Cortes in trouble today is just to keep someone on every inning.
And that makes sense to me, too, just because, like you said, he's not going to beat you necessarily with the fastball, right? He's not a high-velocity guy, but at the same time, you are able to just use your hands. You can simplify things as a hitter and just focus on doing one thing well instead of trying to compete with everything that he has to deliver with.
You know, interesting point, though, on velocity in our industry that we talk about. I mean, there's radar gun velocity, and then there's real velocity. So he's got real velocity because the ball jumps on you. So he doesn't light up radar guns. So I think what happens when you get in a box against him, you feel like you're going to be comfortable because all the video you've watched says, well, his average fastball is 91, a little over 91 miles an hour. All of a sudden you get in there and you feel real velocity because you don't see the ball. To me, that kind of velocity is more effective in our game than just pure velocity because he knows how then to use that velocity.
I agree.
So I think there's a misnomer a little bit about this guy doesn't throw that hard. In reality, he does. The analytical numbers just don't support that.
From a front office perspective, Dan, do you feel like the game is still learning how to evaluate these types of pitches?
I do, yeah. Well, first of all, think about it. From an evaluation standpoint, it's really easy to evaluate speed. It's real easy to evaluate power. You can run, you can hit for power. You throw hard. So it's the safest bet when you're writing up a report on a player, say this is what he can do.
Yeah.
But the better evaluators in the game recognize what Nestor has. He's got an internal clock that knows how to work within the context of his body movements.
Yeah.
That guy's going to stay healthy for the most part. That guy's going to be able to duplicate his delivery. That guy's going to be able to make adjustments on the mound when he has to make an adjustment on the mound. I really hope the industry begins to see there are 37th round draft picks like that out there. That we can't do that anymore in our game because we don't have 37 rounds. But there are players out there that are big leaguers if the people who evaluate them and give them a chance recognize those kind of guys.
Fun matchup with Cortes against a team that we talked about, Guardians, that make a lot to contact. Tough to put away. On the other side, we'd be remiss if we didn't.
We don't give this guy enough
highlight
love,
Shane
man.
Bieber because we put up that full screen one more time, just comparing the two starters as we see some highlights of Bieber. 200 innings, that was the quietest 200 I can remember.
Yeah, another guy, though, that doesn't light up the radar gun, but he's got movement. He's got great tunneling action on his breaking ball, and he's got tremendous poise on the mound. He really never looks like he's in a panic mode whatsoever. They really need him to step up because right now the Guardians don't match up that well with the power of the Yankees, so he needs to neutralize that in his next start.
And I think what we saw him do against the Tampa Bay Rays is going to be almost the same kind of equation, establishing the fastball. The command with the fastball is what set up the off-speed, the breakers, being able to go on both sides of the plate. He did that extremely well against a Tampa Bay team that was struggling already.
Yeah, and so for Cleveland, you're trying to get a split in New York. That is the dude that you want out there for the Guardians. Shane Bieber against Nestor Cortez. We just got to wait a little bit longer for Game 2.